going to lead us through a gentle yoga flow for self-care. You can use any props that you might have at home, but I won't use any throughout the practice. Feel free to modify or amplify any of the poses. And we're going to get started in a child's pose. Allow your forehead to rest on the mat, allowing the hands to stretch in front of you. Beginning to drop into your breath, bringing your awareness to your abdomen. On the inhales, bring your awareness to the lifting action, the widening of your abdomen onto the thighs. And on your exhale, feel the softening into the earth energy, into your exhales, into the grounding. Allow the fingertips to crawl in front of you, lifting onto the fingertips, tenting through the palms. Take a deep inhale and feel the length on both side bodies. On your exhale, crawl the hands over to the right side. We're stretching through the left side body. Allow the forehead to rest back down onto the earth. Imagine that you could breathe more space into the left lung. Feel the length on the inhales. And soften on the exhale. Walking the fingertips back to center, take a deep inhale. Exhale, fingertips over to the left, stretching through the right side body. Breathing into the line of energy, coming up through the right ribs, all the way out of the right fingertips. Take a deep inhale here and exhale to settle. Crawling the fingertips back to center on an inhale, rise up into your tabletop, all fours, stacking the shoulders under, over the wrists and the hips over the knees. On an inhale, drop the belly and lift the gaze for cow. And on an exhale, round through the upper back and tuck the gaze for cat. Inhaling for cow, drop the belly. And exhale for cat, round through the upper spine. Closing the eyes if that's comfortable, taking your cat-cow to your own pace. Really finding the length of your inhale and the full length of your exhale. Maybe pause at the top and bottom of each breath. And then coming back to center, tabletop, we're going to walk our hands slightly forward a couple inches, begin to tuck the toes, and just hover the shins off of the mat. Begin to turn into that core engagement. Take a deep inhale, exhale, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Allow the head to hang between the shoulders, roll the shoulders down and back. Maybe shake the head yes and no. And then begin to pedal out your feet, dropping one heel closer to the earth, bending the other knee and switch. Staying with those deep connected breaths into the low belly. And finding stillness for one round of breath in your downward facing dog. Place a soft bend in the knees. Imagine that someone has a string at the tailbone. They're lifting the tailbone up and back. Inhale to rise up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees. And slowly walk towards the top of your mat, fold forward. Make sure your feet are hips distance here. It should be 2 fists width. Place a really generous bend in the knees. so that the belly is touching the thighs. Allow the crown of the head to come closer towards the earth, and maybe you grab elbow to elbow for ragdoll pose. Maybe sway side to side or find stillness. Feeling the weight of your head like a really heavy bowling ball. Bringing the torso closer towards the earth. Begin to release the hands, slide the hands up right beneath the knees, halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale to fold forward. Inhale to sweep the arms out and up. Maybe look up and back. And exhale to fold forward. Begin to plant the hands and step back to your high plank pose. You can always modify by dropping the knees. Take an inhale to shift all the way forward and exhale, lower all the way to the earth. Keeping the hands by the low ribs, planting the tops of the toes into the earth. Take a deep inhale, lift just the head and the chest. Maybe floating the hands off of the earth, really use the strength of your back. And exhale, soften. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. Exhale, soften. One more inhale, lift the head and chest, baby cobra. Maybe floating the hands or reaching the hands back behind you. Inhale to lift a little more. Exhale to soften. Begin to press back to your child's pose, taking the knees wide. If you're working with low back pain, take the knees together and allow the forehead to rest on the earth. Take 5 rounds of breath, sending your breath into the low belly, activating our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and relax. After your 5th round of breath, begin to come back up to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes and shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Paddle out the feet here, 2 breaths. And this time begin to walk the hands back towards the feet, meeting in your forward fold. The feet are hips width once again. Take an inhale, slide the hands up, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep the hands out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Plug the thumb knuckles into your sternum and see if you can feel your heartbeat. Begin to become really present with your physical body, allowing any outside distractions to leave your space, leave the mind. From here, begin to bend through the knees and sweep the arms high for your chair pose, Utkatasana. If you have tension in the shoulders or the upper back, bring the hands to your heart center. Really focus on sinking the weight back towards the heels, drawing the tailbone down to the earth, and draw the chest up to the sky. 2 more deep inhales and long exhales here. Beginning to build some internal fire. And when you're ready, begin to fold forward. We're going to walk the hands back out, meeting in your downward facing dog. Allow the right leg to lift towards the sky, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and as gently as you can, step it through in between the hands. The back knee is going to find the earth. Inhale to lift the hands high, modified crescent lunge. You're going to bring the hands to your heart center and allow the hips to sink closer towards the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, the hands come to frame that front foot. The left hand is going to stay planted. The right arm lifts up, open arm twist. Exhale the right arm down. And then we're going to shift the weight back and straighten through that front leg to any degree. For half split pose, you can flex through the right foot, you can point the toes, just finding some kind of activation. Allow the right hip flexor to pull back and the left hip flexor to pull forward, so we're finding square hips. It should intensify the sensation in that right leg. You're going to cultivate a deeper exhale. With every exhale, imagining tension in that right hamstring leaving the physical body. Inhale to shift back forward to your low lunge. And exhale to find your half split. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, half split. Shifting back forward, begin to plant the hands firmly on the earth and gently step back to your downward facing dog or child's pose. 3 breaths here. Begin to soften the knees again, really pull the tailbone up and back. On your next inhale, the left leg finds the sky. You're going to soften through that left leg and super gently step it through in between the hands. Allow the right knee to soften towards the earth. Inhale, sweep the arms high, low lunge. Pulling the left hip flexor back, the right hip flexor forward, really grounding down through the heel of that left foot. Exhale, the hands come down to frame the left foot. Begin to straighten through that left leg to any degree. It's a different side. Just becoming aware of what your body needs and what the differences are between the right and the left sides without judgment. Finding some kind of activation in that left foot, flexing the foot if you want more of a stretch through the calf, or pointing the toes if you want more of a stretch through the shin. Cultivating those deep inhales and long exhales, clearing away any tension in the physical body. Inhale to shift forward, planting the right hand and lifting the left arm towards the sky. Take a deep inhale, maybe look up and back. Exhale, the left arm comes down. You're going to sweep the hands high, crescent lunge. You're going to exhale to find your half split. Inhale, shift forward. You can lift the hands or not. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward, plant the hands, tuck the back toes, and find your downward facing dog once again. Noticing any differences in the physical body, maybe the mental space. And begin to ask yourself what you need. Becoming really present with your internal experience. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Begin to walk forward, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna find a seat. Beginning to straighten the legs here, shake the knees out. We're gonna find a forward fold sitting here. Inhale, sweep the arms high and place a really generous bend in the knees. And exhale, fold forward over the legs to any degree. We want to avoid really rounding through the spine. Instead, pull the heart through the feet. Relax through the facial muscles and really soften through the back of the knees. If you would like to take it a little deeper, you can begin to straighten through the legs and with as flat of a back and spine as you can. Begin to fold forward just a little deeper. 2 more breaths. Walking the hands back up towards the hips. We're going to bring the right foot into the left thigh. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, begin to fold over that left leg, reaching the right arm up and over. Maybe gaze up and under that right arm. Breathe into the line of energy coming up through the right side of the low back, all the way through the right fingertips. Take a deep inhale and exhale to release. Taking a counter stretch here, you're gonna plant the right hand behind you, press into the right shin and the left sole of the foot. Begin to lift the hips up. Take a deep inhale and exhale, settle. When you're ready, coming back to seated, just switching sides, bringing the left sole of the foot in and extending that right leg long. Take a deep inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, fold over that right leg to any degree. Breathe into the line of energy coming up through the left side of the low back, all the way through the left fingertips. Inhale to come back up, finding the same counter stretch, pressing into the left shin and the right sole of the foot. Inhale, lift the hips, open through the chest, take a deep inhale, exhale, settle, and return back to seated when you're ready. When you return back to seated, we're gonna round through the back just to find a comfortable position on the back. Taking the feet out nice and wide, about mat's distance. We're gonna windshield wiper the shins side to side. Begin to open up through the front of the hips. Releasing tension in the low back. Begin to soften the facial muscles. especially in between the eyebrows, releasing the jaw, maybe softening or closing the gaze. Next time your feet come to the right side, you're gonna leave them there. Breathing into that length in the left hip or the left quad. Inhale the knees back to center, drop them over towards the left. Taking a deep breath into the right quad. Inhale back to center. We're gonna find a figure 4 stretch here or a pigeon pose on your back if you're familiar with pigeon. Crossing the right leg over. So the right ankle is on top of the left thigh. And you can stay here, maybe press the right leg away from the torso. Taking an inhale, and then maybe you decide to reach behind the left thigh or maybe find the left shin. And I like to rock side to side here, finding a place where you would like to stay for a few breaths. Flexing through that right foot to protect the knee. Maybe you roll out the left ankle. Staying with those deep belly breaths. Finding as much softness in the physical body as possible. Begin to release both feet down to the earth and switch it out. So your left leg is going to cross over the right, pressing that left leg away from the torso. Maybe you stay here or you decide to reach behind the right thigh or maybe find the right shin. Rocking the shape side to side until you find a place that you want to stay for a few breaths. Really commit to staying there, being really present with the physical body. Breaths. Bringing the knees back to center, slowly release. Finding any last movements you would like, maybe lifting the legs up for a waterfall pose, taking soles of the feet together, knees wide for Baddha Konasana. When you're ready, we're going to find our final relaxation pose. So you can stay in Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can extend the legs long. If you have low back pain, you could bring the soles of the feet wide and the knees together. And then find your right hand and place it on the low belly, thumb to navel. Find your left hand and place it on your chest, creating this closed circuit of energy for breath and life force to flow through the body and replenish. Bring your awareness towards the crown of your head, moving through a body scan, just softening the body as much as we can. Bringing your awareness towards the third eye in between the eyebrows, softening the forehead, softening the temples, the inner corners of the eyes, the jaw, and the teeth. Relax through both shoulders, the biceps, the elbows, the wrists, and each fingertip. Finding softness in the heart space, the shoulder blades, and the belly. Relax through the hips, the glutes, the quads, the hamstrings, around the knee joints, down the shins and the calves, around the ankles and the soles of the feet, and each toe. Allow yourself to rest in this peaceful place that you've created, allowing any outside distractions or to-do lists to leave the mind. It's really powerful when we can show up for ourselves, just being present with the body as a form of self-care, moving the body as a form of self-care, and breathing as a form of self-care. You're gonna blink the eyes open, bringing the knees into the chest, rocking side to side, really gently massage the low back into the earth. And then we're gonna roll up and find a seated position. Finding a cross-legged seat here, any other seat that is comfortable in your body. Inhale to lift the arms high. Exhale, slide the thumbs to your third eye center, right in between the eyebrows, or intuition. The light in me honors and respects the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.